12 of the Advent Calendar live stream. We are actually at the halfway point. Finally. It was a long 12 days. So, I have today I have like only 20 minutes, 30 minutes as usual. However, because we are at the halfway point, I want to reveal a little bit of secret. One of the reasons why I was like, oh, I should do the advent calendar. Did I say go Tim Berry? Good morning. The reason why I was like, oh, I should do advent calendar. I should do a vertical live stream. I'll every day from December 1st is that there is a slightly big announcement coming up. And I wasn't sure when and how I'm gonna announce it. And I am going to make an announcement. Felix, go Team Berry, good morning. On the 24th, the last live stream, last Christmas, big announcement. Yep. On the last day of my Advent Calendar vertical live stream, so on the 24th. We don't have 25th, right? I didn't double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the 24th is the last one because, it's a countdown. 25th is the last day, Christmas Day, right? And so, I just wanted to say because it's halfway point, and it's not for everyone, the announcement, but if everything matches up with your situation, yahoo, then it's going to be a great news. And if not, I'm sorry, but oh, by the way, today I don't have any topic, so give me topic. I was gonna do, like, after talking about this and open up this, I was going to do just Q&A. So just pop in any questions that you want to ask. I guess at every live stream I get, like, do you Japanese people eat KFC on Christmas Day? Well, I can answer that question. So any questions I already answered, that's fine. So give me any questions that you might have. However, technically, what's the meaning of life? Oh, sure. So I personally don't believe in luck. Well, some people believe in luck, some people believe in effort, and I'm not a luck person. I don't believe in luck. However, I believe in timing, because like we can there are so many things that you can't really explain something that happens just because it's just an effort. Like there's something that you can't change just doing something to your absolutely best. And yeah, some might say just luck, but I want to change the phrase as like timing. So like, not so great news, not so great idea, not so great event. Oh, James, thank you so much for super chat. I believe in Sherry. Thank you. But those at the worst timing is actually better. Sorry, I'm not worst timing. Best timing. So, not so great news, not so great event, not so great idea at the best timing is way better than the best idea, best event, best something at the worst timing. So, if timing is right for you and me, and it'll be great. And then if timing is not so great for you and me, and we might have another chance. There might be something that coming up in the future. So don't be disappointed if the announcement that's coming up on the 24th is something that you were not looking for. Those announcements would keep coming up. So just stay with me, be around, and then you will have your timing. And then it's going to be two people, so it's, you know, your timing and my timing, right? So it's kind of like if those align, that's like perfect. If they don't, you're just gonna wait around. So yeah, so that's kind of like a little bit of like, I don't know, to answer that question, that what's the meaning of life? Kind of. They may be a little different, but like trying to catch the timing. Like life is everything about timing, I think. And then there are people who always miss the timing, and there are always people who catch those timing. And that's something maybe you can train, but some people have a natural instinct, right? But like my mom always said, like you have to keep your antenna wide and you need to catch the signals. So like even if like two people watch the same movie, no, Wayne, go Team Barry, thank you for joining. There are two people who watched the same movie or who went to the same store, but one person is trying to get the timing, catch everything, every opportunities that he or she can. And then there is a person who just walk around and not paying attention to all the details and then miss all the timings and chances, right? So anyway, so that's the big announcements coming up on the 24th, and then today is a halfway point, and I believe in timing, to sum it up. And then today is almost just Q&A, so leave some comments, and if I miss it, I will, you can just post it a couple times and I will answer those questions. All right, so today is 12. There we go, next to 8. Every morning I struggle to open. It's actually stiff. Oh, baby. There you go. What is that? Oh, another Santa? Oh, I rip it open. Ooh. Oh, Santa! It's actually red hats. I think this is the second one that I got. I think this is Santa, right? Yeah, I got twins. I didn't know they were duplicates. Okay. Where did I put it? Maybe this side of the tree. Here you go. Ta-da! Okay, so I don't think that was enough time for you to come up with questions, but I'm gonna go back a little bit. The meaning of life will be different for everyone. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I am more like a person who go with the flow, unless I see the right timing. Like, cause it's just like, if it's a timing and it just like, kind of like a door that presents itself when you are ready, when you are at the best timing in your life. So what I'm trying to do, I'm like, this is going to be like more deeper topic that I was going to cover this short live stream, but I am not trying to like change the world or change my life or change people around me or anything like that. I think I'm not, like, I can't say good enough, but like I'm not, I feel like if I start thinking like, okay, so let's change the world or let's change this, let's change Japan, and I feel like that's like a little bit entitlement for my end, at least just for me. But it's more like when the door to the next step or to the new passageway presented itself, I want to be prepared, like Boy Scouts. Always be prepared. So everything that I do every day is that sometime if you just look at that point of my life, like why is she doing this, right? Why, like sometimes I have to, well, most of the time I have to work like 12 to 18 hours a day. Like when I'm not sleeping, I try to get some decent sleep, so I sleep around like 6 to 8 hours a day. But other than that, I devote my life into uh, business that I'm building and like things around me. And if you take the part of it, and people would probably say to me, they're like, "Aren't you like tired of thinking of all the business stuff that may or may not happen in the future? But like, why don't you just take a day off and go to spa and like get your nails done and shopping and then have fun with friends, right?" But that that would just that doesn't really do anything for me. Ah, James, thank you so much. What places you would recommend people visiting Japan? Oh, that's a good question. So yeah, so always be prepared, and that's kind of and then you don't know what's gonna happen in the future, and that's the surprise, and that's the fun part of the life, I guess. Okay, what places you wouldn't recommend people visiting Japan? Good question. Okay. So I think the answer is a little different for everyone. Like, let's say you are first time visiting Japan, or this is your fifth time visiting Japan, right? However, well, like I would say if it's your first time, sure, you want to discover Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, and all those like fancy places that pop up when you Google. And you want to go to Tokyo Tower, great. You want to go to Kinkakuji Temple, great, right? But for the second trip, if you can afford the second trip, then I definitely want you to avoid anything that you can find on the internet. So I mean, like if you don't know, if you don't have any information, sure you can't go there, but just like dive into the Google search more deeply, and don't just like when you search something, the like top 10 places to visit in Japan or those like popular ones would pop up, right? Let's go to like page 3 or 4 or 5 at the like there's a page button at the bottom, right? And then see what the like minor spots are, and go to the countryside, right? And yeah, so that's the true Japan, And so yeah, depending on where you go, sometimes the countryside could be two different ways, like very much different. One, if you go to certain countryside, and you will be treated like a I don't know, like back in the day, me and I don't know, I mean you might know, but Emma from Tokidoki Travelers and Paris, I can't remember her channel name, from Tokyo Creatives. I invited them to discover the Kochi area together, and then we made videos, and the videos are up on all of our channels. That's like 5-6 years ago. And that time we landed on like a really great countryside. So they have never seen foreigners before, right? So when we were just like walking and waiting for the next shoot, and there were some old ladies who had like a little shop, and they had like a vegetables and like a little pastries and handmade pastries and whatnot, and then they were about to close, and then they saw us walking outside, and then they can't speak any English, so they say Japanese like, please come in, like, what are you doing here? And then I'm there, so, and then both of them can speak a little bit Japanese, right? So we were communicating, and then once they started, and I started to know, like, oh, these girls can actually speak a little bit Japanese, and then they got more excited, like, oh, like, we have leftovers, so why don't you just sit and then like eat local food? And suddenly it was like a tea party, right? We were able to kill like 30 minutes that we had to kill anyway in the middle of nowhere. Or you could have a very close-minded, like typical Japanese old right wing maybe, Japanese people who are slightly racist, but that's an experience too, you know? I mean, like, you never know what's gonna happen, right? It's not like they're gonna like chase you down and kill you. It's just like they might not be, even if you talk to them, say like, oh, ohayou gozaimasu, and they're like, ah, what? You know? But Japanese people are not really wordy persons, so like they're not gonna say anything. They might show, like, Japanese people are naturally passive aggressive, so they're not gonna be aggressive physically or verbally, but they might look a little unpleasant, but that's then you would see the both sides, right? You are not seeing the, oh, Japan is beautiful, Japan, everyone is so nice, but like, also have an experience like, oh, Japan is an actual country, like normal country. There are people who are great, and then there are not so great people. Yeah, racism exists, right? So that, I guess that's something that like everyone needs to see. So yeah. Anyway. One place that surprised me was the area around the Matsumoto and Nagano. Okay, I still need to go back and explore Japan Alps. Oh, and the onsen towns area. Yeah, onsen is pretty big, of course, in Japan. So if you like public bath, and I think there, yeah, Beppu, and I went to Kusatsu hot spring. That's pretty cool. If you want to if you're gonna do like an onsen trip or something across Japan, you gotta be careful. You gotta do a little bit of research if you have a tattoo. Um, not one of the oldest hot spring is in Ehime. It's called Dogo Hot Spring, and he was a model for a Spirited Away, and it's all, they are doing the construction, like conservation work for 7 years, and then finally they finish, because like it took 7 years because they can't destroy everything and then make it again. They have to preserve the old structure, old wood that they were using. However, they need to strengthen the every beams that they use for the building in order to survive the potential big earthquakes. So, that onsen is a little rare because I don't know if you have like a yakuza looking, like, whole body tattoo, and if they still allow you to go in. But if you have like one or two small tattoos, definitely you can go in. I still do the research beforehand, but most of onsen, swimming pool, beaches even, they don't allow you to go in if you have tattoos. So you might want to be able to put the sticker on and then cover it. Yeah. So, but there are a few that they don't care. So you might wanna find one of those. Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit. Somebody asked what I do for a business. So I do a few businesses, and there is actually a video from few years ago. I think during COVID. I think I was wearing a mask. So I have few businesses. The main one is the cram school, especially English cram school, and that I have in Matsuyama at the moment, and one of my staff is taking care of it. I just run it remotely. I guess anything else? I had jewelry store. I have a non-profit organization, if you count that as business. I also have cram school, like online cram school for like teaching math and science, and Japan is big about entering examinations for high school and universities. So those are huge. It's a big industry, and I do YouTube, right? So yeah, so I have like few things that I'm doing currently, and I have a little bit of sub projects going on, and the reason why I do so many is because I need a safety blanket. I think everyone learned from the COVID that nothing is stable. So something like that can happen globally and change human activity upside down. So online business, yeah, there are many online businesses there, but still, like when it comes to, cram school and going to work and things like that, we were doing everything face to face. But then we couldn't do that for the past, I don't know, for 2-3 years. And then so even like I think there are many landlords in Tokyo thought that, oh, I have a giant buildings here in Shibuya, so my life is solid. I don't have to worry about anything. Even if tenant leaves, other one want to come in, and then COVID happened, and everyone left. Right? So that means those 2 years that you have the giant building in Shibuya, you have to pay back the loan, but there is no tenant to pay the rent. So you might want to lower the rent to attract more people, and that means you are in the red. So something like that can happen, and we learned that. The same thing as like yen and the dollar and exchange rate, that you don't want to focus on just Japanese yen, just US dollars. So it's better if you have a asset and if you have businesses in different countries, or the scheme to create revenue is different, so that one is, even like world changes, that you are always having certain income from at least one direction. Oh, any tips and advice for visiting Ehime? Ehime is bigger than you think. I guess that's when people want to visit like Ehime or other countryside, that they think it's so small for some reason. They think Tokyo is big, right? And then countryside is small. Actually, it's the opposite. Tokyo is small. And especially if you want to just go visit like Shibuya, Shinjuku, whereas Akihabara, Ueno, Tokyo station, around Tokyo station area, somewhere around there. So within or walking distance from Yamanote line. So small, everything's so close. You can walk like 1 to 2 stations. You don't even need to take a train. So then when you go to the countryside, everything is spread and far away from each other. So when I was living in Ehime, I wouldn't leave from Matsuyama. My office is in Matsuyama, and then I lived a little bit in the suburb, and that's like 15 minutes away drive. So if you can drive, you can rent a car, you should. And if you have a car, then everything from the downtown to the mountainside to the ocean is within 30 to 40 minutes. So it's a nice drive. You can see all the aspects. Ocean is more beautiful than the one in Tokyo. Tokyo one is gross. And then you see the beautiful mountains, right? Well, you just need to watch out for the boars. Looks like Shikoku has bears, but there's only like very very small area the bears are just running around, so you probably don't see bears in Ehime. But yeah, and but if you want to go out to maybe southern Ehime or east Ehime, you can take a train, but it takes about, I don't know, maybe 1 2 hours. So you can't really, and especially like, oh, once I'm in Shikoku, I want to visit Kagawa and Tokushima and other places, and then maybe look at Norm's videos and like, oh, this like abandoned school looks great, I want to stay there, or like, oh, there is a ryokan that has a private beach to it. Great idea, but that means you're looking into like 5 to 7 days trip there. So no wonder why. Like if you haven't seen or if you forget, I want you to go to Norm's channel, Tokyo Lens, and look at his 1 million minutes, 1 million second trip. It can't be minutes, it's seconds. Yeah, trip when he crossed over 1 million subscribers. And he started driving from Tokyo, and then he came down to Shikoku, and he visited my parents' house. And then I beat him by plane to go to Tokyo, and he was driving back while he was shooting and everything. And his original plan, well, he didn't plan anything. I think he's more like a person who says, okay, I went to this place, I know something is out there, I'm gonna scout, right? Who's Norm? Hee. And then I made fun of him that because I was in Tokyo already, and then I was like talking to him, and he was already in Shikoku. And I was like, you were in Shikoku for like past week. I thought it was like almost 12 days, 12 days videos, right? And he started from like other places, and then once he got into Shikoku, he doesn't leave. It's like 5 days, well over 5 days. He just like started making videos in Shikoku. So Shikoku is that kind of place. Once you step in, you cannot leave because there are so many things to see in Shikoku. So yeah, just be prepared. Oh, cycling too. Yeah. Matsuyama, then cycle over to Olamichi. That's a great plan. That's a great plan. So I would recommend that you actually Google places that you want to visit in Shikoku and then see what kind of trains, what kind of transportations are available. Because otherwise you are gonna end up like, oh no, I don't have enough time. So my a day or two, yeah, that might be good. That you can like actually enjoy, right? You know, like you're not gonna be like, oh, it took me 3 hours to get here and I only have 30 minutes here, you know. So anyway, so I really gotta go. I thought it was gonna be a quick one, but yeah, not really, and I'm running late as usual. So I will see you tomorrow.